So here's the current situation. On the left side, we have our local repository, and on the right side, we have our remote repository, which is the repository hosted by GitHub in the cloud. Now, one thing you need to understand here is that our local repository is not connected to the remote repository. So if you have a new commit in our remote repository, our local repository will not be aware of that. Here we have to use the fetch command to download this new commit. So Git is going to download this new commit and then move origin/master forward. So as I told you before, origin/master is a remote tracking branch and tells us where is the master branch in origin. In this case, it's pointing to B. Even though we downloaded this new commit, our working directory is not updated because currently master is pointing to A. That is the previous commit, the previous snapshot. So we don't have those changes in our working directory. Now, how can we bring those changes here? Well, we have two branches. Doesn't matter that one of them is a remote tracking branch. To bring those changes into master, we have to merge the other branch into master. So we switch to the master branch and type git merge origin/master. Now, in this case, our branches haven't diverged and we have a direct linear path from origin/master to master. So we're going to have a fast forward merge. In contrast, if our branches had diverged, potentially we could have a conflict. So we would have to resolve the conflict just like before. Let's see this in action. Here on GitHub, we can go to add file, create a new file, or upload files. We can also edit existing files. So in this demo, I'm going to edit our README file and create a new commit directly on this repository. So let's click on README file. Then we click on this pencil icon. Now let's add a new line of code. We can preview our changes. So we are adding this new line that is indicated by green. And over here, we can specify our commit message. So by default, GitHub is suggesting update README. We can leave it as is. Optionally, we can add some description here as well. Now here we have two options. We can commit directly to master, or we can create a new branch and start a pull request. I'll talk about the second option in the future. So let's commit this directly on master. Now, back on the homepage of our repository. So you can see we have two commits. Let's have a quick look. Here's our new commit, update README. Now, back in the terminal, we don't have this new commit in our local repository. Let me show you. So we type git log. Look, we only have this commit over here. That is the initial commit. So to download a new commit, we have to type git fetch. Then we specify the remote, in this case, origin. And optionally, we can specify a branch. So if you want to download the commits on a particular branch, we can type the branch name here. If we leave it out, we're going to download all the commits in that remote repository. Now, if we drop origin, Git assumes that we want to fetch the commits from origin. So let's go with that. All right, we fetched the new commit. Let's verify it. So let's look at the log one more time. See, our remote tracking branch has moved forward. So now we have this new commit, but this commit is not on our master branch. So master is behind by one commit. There is another useful command you should be familiar with. That is git branch -vv. It shows how our local and remote tracking branches are diverging. So our master branch is linked to this branch, origin/master, and is behind by one commit. So now we have to do a merge. So we're currently on master. We type git merge origin/master. Because our branches haven't diverged and we have a direct linear path from this target branch into master, we're going to have a fast forward merge. Take a look. There you go, fast forward. Now let's look at the log one more time. So git log. So master and origin/master are pointing to the same commit. We can also verify this using git branch -vv. So we no longer have that message, one commit behind. Now we can look at the content of our README file using the cat command. So cat README. And here's the new line that I added on GitHub. So this change is now in our working directory.